Hi fam, how are you doing? I am tired AF. Spent 6 hours riding the bike you just seen. I think I left approximately like a little bit before 11 and I got home around 5. Took a couple breaks, of course. I mean, I couldn't ride for 6 hours straight, but enjoy. Howdy fam. So I mentioned in a previous video that before I even started the channel, one of my things that I wanted to do was, look at this guy with his helmet on the motorcycle, that's cool. How you doing, bye? Was that I wanted to put a GoPro, hold on, obviously this is an iPhone 13 mini. I wanted to put a GoPro maybe like on top of a helmet and be able to document what I did on the bike. Now back then I had nicer bikes. I'm talking about 29ers. You know, at one point I had hydraulic brakes. What is this, 22nd Avenue? These brakes aren't all that great, that's why I gotta... This is 62nd Avenue, which, can you see it? It might be too much sunlight. Alright, the light turned green. Alright, 62nd Avenue goes all the way down there to, I'm not exactly sure. Over there it ends. Over there it goes to like, it might go to County Line Road. This bridge right up here, that's the Turnpike Bridge. So we're about to go underneath the Turnpike Bridge. You see those little spots up there? Some people sleep up there, put their stuff up there. You know, people that are homeless. I feel like it's unlawful, but the police usually turn a blind eye as long as there's no violence, there's no thefts, you know, no real like crimes in the area. I don't like riding through this hood because this is a neighborhood. It's mostly like immigrants, a lot of Mexicans. Like right over there you can cop, you know, if you wanted to cop something. This is a supermarket dedicated to, I think, like, I forget what culture. Look, Delicias de Peru, El Bodegón, Peruvian market. All different types of shite over here. This is just like a sand market, I believe. But yeah, oh, this is the famous drive-through. You come out here, you can score just about anything out in Hollywood. I used to spend a lot of time out here back in the days, you know, and, you know, I figured once you start the medication assisted program, like for real, because I had tried to start several times, but the medicine company, like the pharmaceutical companies, they do whatever they can to scam their customers because capitalism, you know, is fair trade. So what they did was they mixed the best opioid there is, which is a partial agonist. It helps people get off of or helps people stop abusing opioids, and it's also the best analgesic there is, period. So you have chronic pain, this is the number one way to get rid of that pain without having to consume 4,000 milligrams of Tylenol, which is bad for your liver. So let's continue on the sidewalk. The houses, nothing out of the ordinary. Some of them are a little bit beat up, some of them look nice, you know. This right here, this is Johnson Street. Johnson, I don't remember which president that is. Lyndon B. Johnson, maybe. And the only reason why I'm riding on the sidewalk, don't even ask me why. The only reason why I'm taking this road, don't even ask. Oh, because I left the hospital. I left the pharmacy at Memorial Regional Outpatient Pharmacy. I actually had a chance to speak face to face with the pharmacy manager that I spoke to on the 23rd of March. And I talked to him in full, and he explained to me the whole procedure about how Memorial is in charge of a detox program for people who are trying to get detox off of opioids, right? And what medication do they use to help them get detox off of opioids? They use buprenorphine, okay? So the pharmacy is only allowed to order a certain amount, I guess. I don't know if that's like a DEA thing, or if they order too much of a certain opioid, they get red flagged by the DEA. Look at all the metal boxes. That's why I wanted to make these videos to begin with, so to show you guys all the metal boxes. All right, compared to how many people we got walking or riding bike. In Hollywood, the count is a little bit higher of people on foot and people on bikes. See, like right there, right ahead. Let me see if I can zoom in. All right, right up there were some people walking it, but they turned right. All right, let's go back to this. All right, these are apartment complex. Oh, there's people over there. I guess they're working on their house and they're listening to loud music. Look, there's actually people waiting on the bus, public transportation. I almost want to ask you a question about it. Buenos dias. I kind of want to ask her a question about what her opinion is on public transport here in Broward County. That way, my opinion is not biased. You know, it'd be a good idea. Look, there's a metal box with two young ladies in the front. Nice metal box. Look at all the metal boxes, metal boxes, metal boxes, metal boxes. That's just great. Make America great again. Let's make bigger and better metal boxes. That way we can run over any old Democratic or Democrat that believes in, I don't know what the hell they believe in, but let's just run them over because they're not one of us. Because this is the cult of DJT. Yeah, that's right. We don't believe in politics. We believe in Donald J. Trump. And that's the truth. We don't care if he wants to be king, if he wants to be dictator. He can be whatever he wants. Okay? He's a constitution-loving man, and he's the only one that will uphold the Constitution. How do you put signals on videos? I guess maybe I'll find that out with the Chromebook. But yeah, it's fucking deranged. The people that came here from England, they didn't like that. They were following pretty much the ideas of the French Revolution. The French Revolution. Look at the sidewalk. It kind of like curves back. Oh look, somebody else on the bike, and that's a tricycle. How you doing, sir? That's a nice bike. Anyways, yeah, they were kind of following the idea of the French Revolution, where you know, they got rid of I forgot the king, but the queen was Marie Antoinette, I believe. And they are so dumb. They tried to leave the royal palace, but they don't want to be seen in a like plain little, you know, how do you call it? In a plain little like carriage. Because back then it was horse and carriages. So they insisted that the carriage that they were brought in would be, you know, the one that they normally get, they'd be brought in, and automatically they were caught and they were beheaded. A bunch of dumbasses. And then, if I'm not mistaken, after that, France went into a turmoil. They had a power vacuum, so they assigned an emperor, which was Napoleon. And then Napoleon got power hungry, and he wanted to take all over Europe, to the point where he even started scaring the English, to the point where that's where we kind of have modern society today, at least according from this one YouTube video that I've seen. I gotta search it up, see if it's still around. It's an older YouTube video, and it talks about back during the you know, when the Napoleonic fights were happening. If I remember correctly, Belgium was a part of France. No, Belgium was a part. Oh shit. Okay, good. I got the light. I just barely got the light. All right, Belgium was a part of the United Kingdom. Okay, and then there was the Battle of Waterloo. So it was the French versus the English at Belgium, and ultimately the defeat was given to the English. The English defeated the French. But you know, like how nowadays people try their best to have the fastest internet connections. That way, even if it's just like half a second faster, they can still, you know, short sell or whatever, or race or whatever, sell their stocks because they know it's going to be dumped in like the next half a second. Well, back then, the what was the family? I don't want to say the BlackRock, but it was one of them families. One of them families that you never heard of, but they control everything. They beat the official English army. They beat them to France, right? And when they beat them to France, they just stole all the English. We lost at Waterloo. We're doomed. So what did the English start doing? They started selling all of their stocks, you know, from the market. What is this? This 73rd Way? I think I used to know a guy who used to sell there. Also, my boy Rob, I think may have had a house there. But the guy who sold it, he wasn't legit. And like in other words, he didn't take his business serious. So these people, they came to England and they told them straight up that yeah, we lost Waterloo. Everybody wants to sell all their stocks, we'll buy them all up. The same people that were telling them that they lost Waterloo were buying up all the stocks. And then like maybe a couple weeks later, the English ships came, and when the English ships came, they were like, no, we didn't lose Waterloo. But by this time, all of the English, they had sold off all their stocks. They didn't have shite. So now who's in control? The damn family that beat. Sorry, I had to put my glasses. Permiso. Voy por aquí. Gracias, muy amable. Okay, so it was the damn family that that insisted that yeah. Hold on, let me put my towel over the back of my neck so I don't get redneck. I gotta take a shower when I get home. Anyways, so yeah, so they essentially took over the whole English economy, and after that, they pretty much, you know, forget about the king and the queen holding power. These people had the actual power because they had the power over the economy. They had the power over banking. They had just absolute power. And if I'm not mistaken, to this day, these people's power just grew and grew and grew to the point where they're the ones that actually created what we now know as the Federal Reserve. Now, if you think about it, that's kind of funny because when you hear the words the Federal Reserve, right off rip, you think, okay, this sounds like it's something that's federal. In other words, the federal government is the one that is, you know, in charge of it. This is something that, you know, the government is responsible of. You know, be it all the branches, the judicial, the executive, and the House, or whatever, the representatives and all that stuff. You know, they're the ones that you know, they're the ones that, I guess the Treasury or the state would be the one that sets the limits and stuff. But no, according to this YouTube video, now it's just a YouTube video. If anybody has a different opinion, or anybody has visited the Library of Congress or any renowned library and has seen you know, books otherwise. You know, leave in the comments what you read, what you saw. You know, leave the foot, like, you know, leave the, what is it called when you read something and then you gotta write down the, it's not the footnotes, you gotta leave the, you know what I'm saying, like that shows that, you know, what you read and where it came from, whatever it's called. But now another problem is too is history is written by the victors, which is another thing you got to keep in mind. So even history can be biased, okay? Like for instance, I think here in the States, there's a big misconception that it was the United States Army that had captured Hitler, when in fact it was the Russian Army that had captured Hitler, if I'm not mistaken. You know, but they just started that way here in the US States, you know? And Christopher Cologne. The only reason why we have Christopher Cologne Day is because the Italian immigrants, they were getting, what's the word for it? Italian immigrants kept getting, you know, not harassed, but they kept getting, what's the word for it? I guess harassed, maybe, I don't know. So what did they do? So they could keep morale up amongst Italian Americans, they created a fake holiday, Christopher Columbus Day. When you want to know the true fact of it all, Christopher Columbus did not once step a single foot on any part of North America, not one single time. I think the first, you know, like discoverer to have set foot on, okay, so this is Johnson Street. It's just a one-way street. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn right here, 81st Avenue. Oh, look at all this police presence. Look at all those pretty lights if you can see it. Police officers, by law, they have to have a second person with them, and that's for their own safety. All right, so there's 10th Street. That's not the one that I want. I want 11th Street. And the reason why I want 11th Street is because 11th Street cuts all the way through the next main road, which would happen to be Douglas Road. Here's a quick trivia trip. Douglas Road, if you take it all the way south, stop sign, I always blow past the stop sign, there's a bike. Douglas Road goes all the way down to Coconut Grove. So it goes all the way down. And I'm getting a phone call from the school. I'm not gonna call it. I'm not gonna answer. What time is it? Yeah, no, I'm not gonna answer right this second. I already went to the school this morning and I spoke with the ladies. I let them know that Mariah was gonna get picked up by Celine's mother, Stacy, at parent pickup, and that should have sufficed. I wrote it down on paper, signed it, dated it, bam. I don't know if anybody else did in the family, but I even said, I'm like, I don't know if anybody else did this, but I'm just doing it just to be safe. So, getting back to what I was saying, yeah, his history is written by the victors, obviously. So, yeah, so there was a time when Italian Americans, they were getting a lot of, like, people were being racist towards them. They were getting a lot of, like, there was a lot of acts of racism towards them. They were looked down upon. They were looked down as, like, you know, people without, like, that lacked education, almost like people of color, you know. Even to this day, there's jokes that go around saying that, oh, but you know, isn't what's it called, stop sign, so let's look both ways. All right, looks good. Aren't people who are Italian people of color, you know, there's jokes that go around like that. So what did the Italian population here in the United States do? They went to Congress and they said, we would like to make Christopher Columbus Day an official holiday. Sorry, I gotta put the phone by the damn handlebar so I can take off my cap that I'm wearing and just scratch my face. And yeah, so that's how Christopher Columbus came to be. But in all reality, Christopher Columbus, I believe the first island that he landed on, I believe, was Cuba. Then he landed maybe a couple other islands, and then eventually he landed in South America. I don't know what the exact story is. I think he landed in Jamaica, and but that's where you got the name Colombia. You know, like Gran Colombia, which eventually became Colombia, Panama, Ecuador, and Venezuela, and of course Colombia, because of Christopher, and in Spanish it's Cristobal Colon. And the person that freed a lot of those countries from Spain was Simón Bolívar. He was, I guess, the person that freed a lot of those countries from Spaniard rule, because the Spanish, I'll tell you one thing, man, the people that colonize the country, that colonize other countries, always stop signs, so they all have to stop anyways. People that colonize the countries, they were brutal. Like, for instance, look at how Haiti, look how France destroyed Haiti. And I mean destroyed them. After Haiti gained their independence, the French Royal Navy, they pretty much they stationed their boats by the Port-au-Prince, and they were giving them an option. And keep in mind, this is why all their cannons are pointed towards the Port-au-Prince, meaning that either they comply with their option or their capital city just gets blown into smithereens. And their option was, you're going to either pay us, you know, for all of the money that you have lost us from becoming independent and not being a colony to us anymore for the next so and so years, so that in order for you to gain your independence, or you're not going to do that. And then if they don't do that, they knew what the next step was going to be, so they had no choice. So Haiti, as a nation, right from the beginning, they started off with a huge debt. I mean, I'm sure there was a lot of other contributing factors that added to it, but it was just sad. And I mean, just history in itself is sad. Just human beings. I'm gonna turn here so I can go to Taft Street. This is 87th Way. And yeah, just a lot of things. And this is what I was saying, like, I want to, like, just, you know, like right now, obviously my legs are super tired. I've been riding since like 10:30 a.m. I had to take a couple breaks. I even went to the pharmacy where I spoke with the pharmacy manager. Barlin was his name, I forget what his name. There's two pharmacy managers at this pharmacy. One's a man, and I spoke to him on a Monday. He explained to me very thoroughly, you know, why they cannot fill my prescription every month. And he even said to me, you know, all the details. And he said, look, last month was a short month. This month we can fill your prescription. Look at this, boxes, boxes, boxes. Look, a single family home, cookie cutter homes with more boxes. Look at all that space between that. You want to knock on your neighbor's door? Look, oh, look at that big box. That's a box to travel and to enjoy yourself across the country. Look, even the police officers, they have big old boxes. They're called SUVs. Look at all these single family homes. Oh look, there's people throwing away stuff for bulk pickup. Look, here's another one of these things. These are called RV vehicles, recreational, well, it would just be RVs, recreational vehicles. This one right here is for sale. A lot of people buy these things, but then they don't have the time to utilize them because it's expensive. Life is expensive out here. And, you know, best your best bet. And it's funny how they say, oh, you know, church is made for people to, so that the poor are able to cooperate and, you know, and behave themselves, while the rich gather and gain all the things that they have, which up to an extent is kind of true. If you're poor, you're religious, you're taught, you know, gratitude, you know, you're taught, you know, like the Holy Spirit is what, you know, helps us and, you know, I guess like rejuvenates us. But there's a car right, big box behind me. All right, so this is Taft Street. All right, F-U-C-K. Is there another? Oh man, this is. All right, I'm gonna stop the video because the school's calling me again. But oh no, they hung up. Okay. All right, now this is Taft Street. This is the equivalent of Johnson Street, except I think the name of the president for Taft is Howard. I could be wrong. These houses, they're kind of prime real estate, but they're also like on the main road. So the best bet is to have like soundproof windows, soundproof like stuff on the walls, and have the rooms towards the back. That way, how do you call it? You don't hear all the traffic from all this shite. It's a 35-mile-per-hour zone, but you know, you never know. You got your people going 60, and the faster they go, you know, the louder the engine noise, the louder the traction from the wheels on the road. Let's see, that's a green light right there, if you can see it. Let's see if I can make it. I have to be careful, make sure there's no cars that are turning. All right, so we made it. That right there, that used to be a Burger King. Let me see if I can get a close-up. That right there used to be a Burger King. Now it's like a seafood place. I know because when I used to do that bread route, I used to deliver to that Burger King. We got some young ladies, probably no longer than older than 15. And then there's this really good restaurant right there at La Cata. I think it's either Peruvian or Honduras. But I remember it was always good. My daughter's sister loved it. I think I took her there once or twice. And yeah, I am tired AF. I don't even know if I had breakfast today. I had coffee, and then I had to go on a mission because, like I said, I could have tried to record the whole thing, but I didn't want to because I just wanted to get to where I had to get to, do what I had to do. Things didn't all turn out all that great, but it turned out well enough. And I still got work to do at home. Oh look, that's a cop that's in a, how do you call it? It's called a Chevrolet Tahoe. That's my favorite car. Hi ma'am, how are you? Chevrolet Tahoe is my favorite car. It used to be Chevy Suburban. Let's see if this guy's gonna kill me. Is he gonna kill me? Oh, look at that. Look how close he got to killing me. But not that close. Alright. So, yeah, so all those houses over there, there's a canal. You see where that fence is? On the other side of that fence is a canal. And there's the houses. On this side over here, these are kind of like townhomes or village homes. I forget what they're called. There's like two different types of names. Oh, fudge. See, I'm pushing myself for the video, you know, just for show. But in reality, my legs are killing me. I'm riding this little ass bike, as you can see. It's a little BMX. The only thing that's saving me. Oh look, there's the how do you call it? That's the basketball court. I told you that was by the electrical wires. I may have said that a little while back in another video. The only thing that's saving me is that I changed the seat from this BMX to a seat from my Nassau beach cruiser, which I currently have on sale on Craigslist for a very good price actually. So anybody in Southwest Broward County that likes beach cruisers, it's a steal. I think it's like 10 bucks. All you gotta do is just fix the back tire, and I rigged the back because normally what are those bikes called? Normally bikes that are oh look, this car's waiting for me. That was very nice. Normally bikes that are beach cruisers, they have look, someone else riding a bike. Hey, come on. He was riding an electric bike. If I had an electric bike, that would be nice. If I had a lot of sight, it would be nice. But you want to know something? It is what it is. Take it as it goes. Yeah, gratitude does go a long way. And you know, F that shit. I refuse to believe that gratitude is just for the less fortunate so that they stop crying about what they don't have. You have to have a grateful heart no matter what. Whether you have nothing or whether you have it all. Because without a grateful heart, you can have it all, but if you don't have a grateful heart, it's the same as having nothing. And now with that being said, I think I'm about to turn this camera off. I'm not far from the house. Oh look, a metal car coming out of here, this neighborhood. I don't know, did you guys see a lot of metal cars? No, right? I don't think it's usually around between 4 or 1600 hours and 6 or 1800 hours. That's when traffic jams, try to start up. That's when people are starting to leave work. So I don't know what time it is right now exactly. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna just sit tight and wait because I've been recording for over half an hour of just me riding bike. And normally, a rule of thumb when you're doing exercise, the first 20 minutes, you're just getting your body warmed up, and then usually they say everything after 20 minutes, that's when you start maybe out burning calories or getting the real exercise in. At least that's what I remember. I don't know. So right there, let me see if I zoom in. That right there, that's Palm Avenue. Oh look, I might have a chance to make it because the turning signal is green, meaning that the light's about to turn green. Oh, my ass. Dealing with this fucking cars. Look at all these metal boxes. Make America great again. I made it. Look, this Palm Avenue. Where's the Palm? Right there, Palm. Any cars coming? No. Look, this car here wants to turn right here. City of Paramount Pines. Look, a marquee. Beautiful. Alright. 3350. Let's see what we do with this video. Well, we add a little title screen. Well, we add a little end screen telling my subscribers, please subscribe, so that the algorithm, which was designed by Alphabet, will put my videos in front of other people's videos, and I can get that internet clout. The internet is so fake, so boring. I mean, my videos are boring as shite. According to the email I got this month, I got 2 new subs, but I lost 2 subs. I swear I did, but the heck do they know? That's Ben Fiorentino, Pembroke Lakes Park. A long time ago, that used to be, well, when the city was first founded, that was a city center. And then city center moved over to the southwest corner of Palm Avenue and Pines Boulevard. And now it is behind Publix. And that's the name of the Publix City Center. It's Publix store number 1598. They're located right in front of the new city center. And the last I heard, but I'm sure there's been so many other talks after that, they were thinking about converting the old city center into a hotel, which was owned by the city, whatever that means. I don't know. All right, well, this is 104th Avenue on the right, where St. Charles Place on the left. St. Charles Place, if I remember correctly, is the name of an apartment building for people that are like of age. So in other words, if you're like 55 and older or whatever, go ahead, Papo. I'm tired, man. Oh man, I came up to the middle of the road without realizing it. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, St. Charles Place is another one of the places around here where I had made that video about, treating your elders with respect, because Village Square Publix is a Publix that's located amongst a lot of communities which are for elder people. So it's very important, me included, to treat our elders with respect. Once in a while it might slip us, including me, I'm sure. But like, for instance, I just think of my parents and I think about how I would want them to be treated. So automatically, I always like for instance, just right now on the way home, I had stopped at a Publix in Hollywood. No, it's not 88. I forget the number. But I was talking to these two older people. The gentleman was 94 and the lady was 93, and I would never have guessed. I thought he was 70. He was using a walker, but younger people use walker. My mother-in-law uses a walker, and she's only like 65, 68 years old. I don't remember. I think she was born in 62. Wait a minute, 62? Shite, is she 70 already? Damn, I don't even know. Son 12. Shite, she is 70 years old. Wait a minute, her birthday is in October. She's turning 70 this year, I believe. I believe her birthday is 1952. I get her birthday confused with my friend Jane Domes, who passed away. She was a beautiful soul, and she was the one that taught me that it's okay every once in a while to be by yourself, which is something that I'm going to have to adopt, because that's just where I see myself. I see myself being by myself. I love my girl, but until I feel like I'm at a point of recovery where I'm able to love others, because I have truly learned how to love myself through proper recovery. Let's just say she finds that first, and perhaps she doesn't have the patience, she is a human being, to wait for me to find it, then I'll end up being by myself. But other than that, I had said I was gonna stop recording. Here we are, still on Taft Street. That right there, that's 108th. Let's turn on 108th. 108th. You would think it's a shortcut, but actually kind of like it's misdevious. It's a longer path. It does cut through, but it kind of like goes out and then it goes in. So in reality, it's longer. And I remember this neighborhood from when I was in middle school. One of my sister's friends lived like right over there. Katie, I think her name was. I doubt my sister's gonna see this because none of my sisters see my shite, which is good. Because I've been talking a lot of shit about them. And that's okay because whatever I say doesn't matter. Holds no value. Oh, look at that lady, look at her sprinklers. Alright, here's the park coming up. If I push myself towards the back of my seat, I can pedal a little bit harder and my butt doesn't hurt. No, that's not the park. This is 18th Street. And then the park is located next to 18th Place. And after that is 19th Avenue. Let me see if I can zoom in. No, I didn't zoom in. Oh, right there. Oh, that's just 108th Avenue. There's the park. Look, they put those things up there. Those weren't always up there. That's to block the sun. Oh, look, someone on the bike. Hip hip hooray. That's 19th Avenue. This is where my buddy Charles used to live in. When he lived with mom, dad, Stacy, no, Ashley, and what was her name? And what was his name? And Albert the Third. Trey. All right, so let's continue. So as you can see, we're just continuing down the road. Eventually, it's gonna start curving, but like I said, it goes outwards a little bit. All the houses on this side, these single-family homes, they have water behind them. So-called lake, man-made lake, is made so that, how do you call it? To help there's like floods in the area, whatever, help the water. And then around here is where it starts turning. It could have turned earlier, but hence why it takes so long. 22nd Street, if you can see it. So 22nd Street would obviously be the street before ours. I remember there was a pair of cops that lived here. I'm surprised they moved. That's so surprising. Hope they didn't get divorced. Alright, let's see. And then that at the end over there, ladies and gents, let's see if I can zoom in. That's Hiatus Road. I didn't even zoom in all the way. I think it goes up to 35. I'm gonna zoom in. Oh, it only goes up to 3. Okay, so anyways, that's Hiatus Road. That's the street that you can take when you go walking. Is that the street? Yeah, that's the street because this street up here is a dead end. That's a nice looking fence. I like it. This street is a cul-de-sac, if I'm not mistaken, which are just dead ends with a U-turn. And then these houses right here are all cookie cutter single family homes. All built in what, like the 70s or the 60s, 70s. I think the Zimmerman family, do they still live here? I would imagine so because they always took great care of their house. And this house, we believe, and I don't see what it says. All right, let's go on the sidewalk before No trespassing, security cameras in use. Oh, look at their boat or their RV and the boat. Talk about, well, I don't know if they got old money or what, but they got money. They were born and raised here, so it might be that's probably like upper middle class money. All right, so right here on the right, this is Cedar Woods, one of the neighborhoods I renounce in walking parlor. Up ahead is Embassy Lakes. Over there is Rock Creek. Let's see, do we have cars coming? Yes, we do. They're gonna kill us. Oh, no cars this way. Oh, look at that young lady, looking very pretty. All right, now we made it to 23rd Street. Effing believable. All right, ladies and gents. Bye-bye now. Ciao. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I can say with 100% certainty that my legs are very sore, and they'll likely be more sore tomorrow.